Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Tyler Babb, and today we're going to be taking a look at the second trailer for Fantastic Four. If you're new here, we talk about filmmaking and kind of see things through a filmmaker's lens. I am a VFX artist and a post-production editor and a colorist, and kind of, I do all sorts of things. Obviously, I shoot, I edit, I can direct, so I kind of do a lot of stuff. But I'm finally getting to one of my most anticipated films of the year and of the summer. And yeah, this is going to be kind of a breakdown, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the trailer. I've already seen the trailer, so this isn't a reaction. It's more of just kind of my thoughts. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head off into space and come back forever changed.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the first official look, not the first official look, but in this trailer, one of the first shots of The Thing, aka Ben Grimm, and how amazing and beautiful this looks. I really feel like they nailed Ben's look here. This VFX job is incredible. Whoever the VFX team is on this, hats off to you, because it looks photoreal. Like, it looks like The Thing. They have the thick eyebrow, and his clothes are like humongous. I don't know where he shops, right? Who knows where he shops, but wherever he gets his clothes, he has got to get his clothes like tailor made for him specifically. It seems like in the trailer, the kids really love Ben Grimm, right? Their favorite is Ben. And he kind of lifts the car up and he brings the children joy. And for the first time in the trailer, we see Ben smile and we see his teeth actually, but the kids are what give him joy. So I thought that was a really nice touch and kind of a real unique way for us to see who this Ben Grimm is in the Fantastic Four movie that we're about to see. It's also something that I think they kind of hinted at in the early 2000s Fantastic Four, but I think we're really going to dive deep into that aspect of Ben Grimm. And in the 2015 Fantastic Four, I don't even think we got a hint of that. We don't really speak about that 2015 Fantastic Four. The Fan Four Stick, we don't really speak about that one. That was a fever dream. And yeah, we don't talk about that one. But the VFX here, hats off to these guys. I'm really looking forward to when we finally get VFX breakdowns, right? And when we finally get behind the scenes stuff of how they brought the Thing to life. I'm really looking forward to seeing that stuff. And when that stuff comes out, I definitely want to watch it on the channel with you guys. So be on the lookout for that.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
One thing that strikes me here is they don't look very happy. They look kind of worried. They don't look very joyful to be here on this talk show. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at all of them, it's a great look. I think the Fantastic Four costumes are really, really awesome. Like, I'm really looking forward to maybe buying, I don't know, like I would wear this, not in my day-to-day, but like it'd be kind of cool for like Halloween to dress up as Johnny or to dress up as Mr. Fantastic. So I'm kind of looking forward to the costumes. I'm also looking forward to the costumes for the new Superman. So I don't know, we might be getting me some costumes in the future. But either way, yeah, they do not look happy. So, and also, does this open the movie? You know, because he's kind of giving like a backstory of their origin. So I wonder if this is how the film opens up, because we can kind of get like a truncated version of their origin, and then maybe they get interviewed on this talk show or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Okay, so now we got to go to the group shot of them all at night with the Fantastic car. Again, hats off, every single shot. Every single shot. I don't know if I peeked on the mic, but every single shot of Ben Grimm looks amazing. Like, look at him in his clothes. Like, I wonder how they did that. I think if you notice, there's a behind the scenes photo of somebody putting on a mask, but like the body is actually built. So I wonder if they actually like, I don't know how they did it. I'd be so curious to see, because in the behind the scenes things, it looks like they had like some sort of mock-up, maybe like for an eye line or like for framing, but obviously you have to replace it. But the clothes look amazing. Everything looks good. Either way, I think the four of these guys, anytime you frame the four of them, I think they just look amazing as the Fantastic Four. And I think the vibe of the 60s, the retro futurism, is kind of the only way that you could do these characters. Obviously, you could do modern day, but I'm telling you, I think the choice to go modern futurism, or I'm sorry, retro futurism, was a genius move and possibly the only way that you can bring them to life. That feels real, right? As a comic book fan, as somebody who has read the comics, it just brings back all the feels, and you go, yeah, this feels right, this feels warm, this feels like the Fantastic Four.
Yes, we are.
Your planet is...
Okay, so now I have to bring up my gripe about this trailer. Now, the only thing that I absolutely am like, holy crap about this trailer is this shot. I think this is the worst shot in the trailer, and it may not be for the reasons that you think. Do I think the CG on this is okay? Yeah, I think it's fine. My issue with it is the framing, okay? Traditionally, when you frame something, you frame it from the chest up, right, for some sort of close-up, or you do a full body shot. You never, ever, ever cut the frame. Not never, ever, ever, obviously, because they did it here, but you never cut at the knees, like right above the knees or like right below the knees. It just looks weird. It doesn't feel natural, and it feels off. And for me, it's the worst looking frame of the entire trailer. And if they keep it like this, probably the entire film. I really hate this frame. Now, there are a couple reasons why they would have done this. One, there's something underneath her, or there's something around her, right below the frame, that they had to cut out for the trailer, right? There's something underneath her that we don't see, that they don't want us to see. So they've made this framing choice, right? I feel like they cropped this because there's no way that this is the frame. There's absolutely no way. You do not see frames like this where they're cut at the knees. I'm sorry, you don't see this type of frame. So it immediately makes me go, ooh. It immediately just jumped out at me, and I didn't understand why. The other thing, and this is it's like either they're hiding something, but why wouldn't you just go for a close-up, right? Why wouldn't you just push in? Just punch in and get like from here up. Just get a close-up. Well, maybe the VFX for this are not quite done, and so they don't feel super confident pushing in, right? Like framing it in a different way. I don't know. Either way, I think this, and it makes her feel small, right? The way that it's framed, the focal length, kind of like it looks like a wider angle lens, but the depth of field that they have is really shallow. And the fact that she's made of all chrome makes her look like she's this big, literally like she's like a couple inches tall, just because of the way that they framed it. They gave her too much headroom, which is the room between the top of the head and the top of the frame. I think there's too much headroom there. And like I said, yeah, it makes her feel like, to me, let me know in the comments down below if you think this, but the reason why I think this frame is so strange is because she feels like she's like 3 inches tall, rather than like a full size, like Silver Surfer woman. And so I think that's what's throwing me off here. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, but I think this is the worst shot of the trailer. I think the VFX on her herself, they look okay. They look fine. They're probably not done, but yeah, the framing is a no-go. So hopefully this is not the final framing. Please, 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 please let this not be the final framing.
Is now marked for death.
It's
my fault. I stretched the bounds of space.
And they hurt.
Are we safe?
Okay, so the next thing I want to bring up is when they're in their spacesuits and they come back from outer space and the guy says, you know, are we safe? Like, you know, can you keep us safe? And Reed says, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. And we see a shot of Ben Grimm and Johnny Storm looking, right, basically giving the side eye to what we think is Reed. I don't know the way they've cut this. Maybe they're doing a side eye to the news reporters. Maybe they're doing a side eye to Reed. But I'm feeling like maybe they don't trust Reed after this point. You know, maybe they had all of their faith in Reed and they went up to space and something happened. And now that they've come back to Earth, I think both of these cats are going to be like, I think their trust falls for Reed at this point, right? This is just the vibes it's giving me right now. They do not look happy, and they do not look like they trust Reed. So yeah, again, VFX on Ben Grimm, incredible. I also like the way that this is framed, just how you have Johnny in his own section, and then you have a dividing line, and then you have Ben Grimm on his own like framing, and there's different backgrounds. I wouldn't be surprised if these cats don't get nominated for costume design, because I could easily see it winning for costume design this year for the Oscars. Easy. I think it looks incredible.
I don't know.
There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together.
Okay, so next is obviously the big group shot with the fantastic car during the day. I think these costumes are amazing. And again, look at Ben Grimm. Look at that. He's blending in flawlessly, guys. This is wild stuff. And just VFX have come so far today that it's mind-blowing how photoreal things look and how accurate we can actually get to these comic books nowadays. It's incredible. And the costumes, I really tip my hat to the entire filmmaking team and Marvel in general with just going for this aesthetic, right? They don't hold anything back. They're not like too like, oh my God, like, I don't know if we can like push it this far. I don't really know, like, are these costumes too goofy looking? Like, no, they straight up just give you the Fantastic Four. And I love how all of them have different costumes, right? They're all not in the same exact type of Fantastic Four costume. They all have little different tweaks to them. And I just think that's nice. I think that's good for a visual standpoint. We can easily, pick out who it is, right? If we're in a wide shot or whatever, because of the pattern and because of the way that their costumes are, we can easily see in a wide shot who's who, right? And who's doing what. So I love it. And man, I cannot wait to see this movie. It's going to be great. And just Michael Giacchino with the score. Like, I can't wait to get the score on vinyl, guys. Come on, bro. This is going to be, if anything, the score is fantastic. No pun intended, but I'm definitely buying the score.
Together. We will fight it together. As a family. Has to be us.
The next thing that I wanted to take a look at is the fire effects on Johnny Storm. Now, I think it goes really well with everything that we've seen. The VFX team is killing it. And if you think about it, I mean, I was worried they started production in July, like at the end of July. And this movie comes out in July. So I was worried that they were going to rush this, right? And that the VFX just were not going to be good enough. Because I was like, wait a minute, if you're starting production less than a year from when the movie comes out, it just really tripped me out. And I guess I'm having a hard time coming to terms, like figuring out and knowing, and I guess I know this, but it's hard to figure out that like productions move a lot faster nowadays. I'm used to productions taking longer, right? And where it's like you shoot stuff and then you go into post-production, but a lot of times they're doing a lot of these VFX, they're storyboarding, they're doing a lot of animatics, and they're working on these shots well before they've even filmed anything. That's really how Marvel and kind of Disney run their ship now. So productions just move a lot faster. But either way, I think the fire effects look amazing. I think they blend in. And if you look at the retro futuristic city, I think that's really cool. You got the rail car that's going on the bridge there and all the futuristic buildings. I just love the aesthetic of this film. And this looks so pretty to me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Next up is obviously Reed stretching. Now this is some of the best stretching effects I think we've seen. Reed stretching can always look a little silly on screen, but I think really what we're going to see here is Matt Shakman, the director, and the whole entire team really use his stretching ability really well. And to give you, it's going to serve the story, right? Like we're going to see him do some pretty fantastic, right? Pun intended this time, fantastic stuff with the stretching. I think this looks incredible. I love how they have the 4 on the bottom of their boots and the framing, right? The slow motion, right? That we're going to see Reed stretch in slow motion. I don't really know what he's doing in this shot. It looks like he's reaching for something or trying. He looks like he's reaching for some rubble, which doesn't really make any sense, but obviously we'll see it when we see the movie. But Reed stretching effects, I think they're going to pull it off. I think we're going to see some really neat stuff, guys.
We will protect you.
And last but not least, guys, the final shot of this trailer really kind of took me by surprise. I was really shocked. If you guys don't know, this is an actual miniature shot. This is a miniature that they built, a street with like model cars and model antennas and model streetlights and model buildings. It's all completely real, okay? If you watch it very carefully, I'm going to slow it down and I'm going to repeat it so you guys can watch this. But as the guy, it's a real person. It's a real person with real boots. Obviously, it's composited. There are some things that are, VFX enhanced, composited dust, composited debris. Obviously, that's in there. But if you watch the cars, they shake and bounce in a non-real way with physics, the way physics work and the weight of a car. They don't have real weight of a real car. They shake. So there's a little, like, what I'm getting from this is there's like an analog / old school way of making this film. What this shows me is they're taking the most modern of modern technology, but there are also going to be moments like this, which are, we're going to do 60s aesthetics. We're going to go back to 70s style filmmaking where they're actually building models and we're actually seeing a person, like a human foot, like a human walk through a model set. That blew me away. I think this might be one of my favorite, like maybe the favorite. Well, I really love the Ben Grimm stuff. I think the Ben Grimm stuff is probably my favorite stuff of the trailer. And Ben Grimm is my favorite character probably of all the Fantastic Four. But the fact that they have miniatures, come on. The fact that they have miniatures in this blows my mind. I was like, oh, like, I think this movie's got a lot of surprises coming down the pipe that we don't even know. We haven't even seen like a full version of Galactus. We haven't heard Galactus say anything, right? We haven't heard Clobber in time. There's so many things. We haven't heard Flame On. There's so many things that they're keeping close to the vest. And I really love that. I think they're showing, and a lot of it is probably like the first act of the movie, right? We haven't seen, obviously, Sue's pregnant, right, in the trailer. So we haven't seen any Franklin. We haven't seen any of that. So I think there's so much of this movie that they have kept under the curtain, right? It's like the Wizard of Oz, right? You want to keep it under the curtain. You don't want to reveal too much. And I think they've done a fantastic job. I don't know how many times I've said fantastic in this video, but I hope that you've enjoyed this breakdown from a filmmaker's mind. And I kind of wanted to bring something a little different and thought into the trailer that maybe you had not known, right? That's kind of my goal on this channel, is to talk about filmmaking in a way that maybe you don't know and kind of give you insight and make you maybe appreciate the films that you watch on a different level, right? More of a deeper dive into the visuals that you consume on a daily basis and the films that you watch. And hopefully your love for film can grow. I really want to know what your thoughts are on the trailer. Did you enjoy this trailer? Are you hyped? Are you excited? Are you more excited to watch it after watching this trailer? Or are you not into this at all? I don't know how this is going to do at the box office. I'm a little nervous just because people's perception of the Fantastic Four is not great after the bad film, not the bad films. We've had some decent films, but the Fantastic Four's run in film has not been great. So I'm a little worried about how it's going to do at the box office. So, I mean, this movie has to be amazing in order for word of mouth to get this thing to make money. So, and I think they're doing some really unique and some fantastic stuff. God, there I go again, saying fantastic. But, you know, if you couldn't tell, I'm really jazzed about this. I love filmmaking, and I can't wait to see it. It's going to be here. Superman's coming. We got a behind-the-scenes video of Superman that I'm definitely going to do a full breakdown, kind of similar to this. It'll be up soon. And I got a review of Sinners. I saw Sinners. I'm going to review that for you. Those videos are coming out very soon. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this content and if you love kind of talking about movies as much as I do. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.